Hi everyone, and welcome to the Nintendo Show, Episode 7. I am your co-host, Devin Moon, and with me, as always, Mario to my Luigi, Trevor Payne.
Woohoo! What's up, dude?
There it is. You get first billing, Trev.
Oh,
first billing. You get that sweet red hat. You're welcome.
Dude,
unless you're
I'm
a
cool
Luigi
with
fan, and I'm sorry about
honestly, no, I'm good. I stick to the Mario bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me the goodness, dude. Let's do some news.
Whew, let's dive right in, dude. I'm excited.
So Mr. Miyamoto has given us this magical news. There are 4 items on the list this week. Number 1, it's gonna get a little. So before we start the story. Some very light spoilers on the Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I mean very light, like super light. I don't want to be one of those leakers, so we'll go.
We'll contribute to it.
No. We will talk about the leaks roughly, but not so much that. Hopefully, it won't offend people. But I'm giving you some warning. So if you don't want to listen, this is the time to cut out just for a little bit, maybe 10 minutes. Come back, see if we're still here. If we made it, if the world didn't end, just come back and see. I guess you'd probably know, but yeah. So let's start into this news.
All right, let's do it.
With Pokemon Sword and Shield releasing this Friday, you might expect a little more fanfare for one of the biggest games this holiday season, but instead it seems that Pokemon fans around the globe wish to give Game Freak a nice chunk of coal this year. Fans have been quite negative on the game, with recent leaks showing that the Pokedex will be incomplete, possibly cutting the amount of Pokemon, dude, what's up with me?
Gosh, bro.
Twice?
The Pokemans.
The Pokemans. For some reason, I think that's the plural of Pokemon is Pokemans. Sorry, cutting the Pokemon by half. The cut goes as far as cutting 2 Gen 1 starter Pokemon and many other fan favorites. The negative feedback from these gamers who have yet to play the game has caused a toll on the morale and Game Freak to be at an all-time low. The company even canceled their launch event in Japan due to the criticism. In light of the negativity, some gamers have gone out of their way to share their love for the company by tweeting and sharing their support of Pokemon and the hard work Game Freak has put into the series. Fan question by a Poke Fangirl. And remember, if you have a question, you can send it in at podcast. Oh my gosh, dude! I'm saying words weird. Podcast and Pokemon. It's
gonna be a good week.
It's not a good week. It's a bad start. Podcast at nintendoshow.com, and we'll pull your questions from your favorite podcast as well, or video game forums, like we did for this one from Poke Fangirl 123, who asks. With 800 plus Pokemon in the Pokedex, I think that Pokemon community has some unrealistic expectations from Game Freak. I feel that Pokemon may be a more difficult game to create than some may think. Imagine animating and reimagining nearly 1,000 individual characters while also creating new game mechanics and an entirely new open world. This seems like a big ask for a couple years of development. Heck, Assassin's Creed games only have 10 or so different NPC models who all move and act the exact same in their open worlds. What do you guys think of Game Freak as a company? Do you think they could do better, or do you think fans need to check their expectations at the door? Thank you, PokeFangirl123.
Absolutely.
Honestly, what are you thinking?
I think everyone needs to check themselves. Like,
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Before you freaking wreck yourself. No, it's just, that's a lot of characters. Like, I think, this question asker brings up a good point. Like, it's 800 plus. Like, plus all the new ones, plus whatever NPCs, plus your character model, plus everything. I mean, like, it's a lot to ask. Now, on the flip side of that, out of those like 800 plus Pokemon, every single one of those Pokemon is going to be someone's favorite. Exactly. Someone's going to have their favorite. It's going to get cut. They're not going to have it in this new game. And that's a bummer. So I get that. I feel that. Yeah. But guess what? There's still lots of other awesome mons, dude. Yeah. You could just move on. Like, there's so many other cool things and other things about Pokemon as far as like come on. Like, there's more than the one, you know? So enjoy what's given to you. One way I like to look at it, and this might be like kind of for lore purposes or whatever you want to say, is like, you know, for each landmass or each continent or whatever these things are, you get a different like set of Pokemon that live in that world. So I think it's kind of cool to see like, all right, this is the Galarian Pokemon that live in this region. Okay, there isn't going to be X, you know, whatever Pokemon. That's all right. Move on. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I do. That's actually a good way of thinking about it. Like, you don't have all the animals in the world chilling in the U.S. It'd be a little packed.
Yes, we do, Devin.
Oh, we do. We have
just
all
kidding, no.
all 800 plus. We actually might.
Yeah,
I don't know.
800 plus.
I don't know anything about animals. Do we, everybody? But you know, you make a good point. That I like your fanfic. I think it's a good fanfic.
Absolutely.
No, I totally agree. I think seriously. So at first, I must admit, I think somewhere in the many podcasts that I've done that I have kind of crapped on Game Freak a little bit, saying that they're not like, I don't think that they reach the heights that they can make Pokemon. I feel like another company could do a better at Pokemon. And I still might think that a little bit. I almost feel like a Ubisoft could do better, but she does make a good point, because I feel like the 800 plus, that didn't like occur to me until she said it. Like,
right.
That's a lot of character models, and they do get they get remodeled every generation to a different, like, I know they look the same, but they, you know, there are artistic differences between this one,
of course,
and the last one,
art style and everything. Like, so they are having to redo each character, and then in this one, like with each game, they add more and more animation and things like that. So I just think it's a lot to ask. Now, would I love to have every single Pokemon? Of course. Now, the downside is like, every Pokemon that I can remember, like going forward, like the next generation to the next, is you're able to move your Pokemon that you caught in the prior game and transfer them over to the new game. Yeah. And so that's kind of the bummer side, is if it's, you know, you have all these other Pokemon, now they're stuck still on, I don't know, Sun and Moon, or, you know, or Let's Go, or whatever it is. So we'll have to see. They do have that Pokemon. They're going to release like a app or something later on, allowing our users to upload their Pokemon that they've caught, which I think is a really good idea. But, you know, it would be cool to bring those with you, because, for instance, I guess lore-wise again, what if I'm from Kanto and I come visit, you know, whatever this place is? It would be, you know, like, obviously I'd bring my Pokemon. So it'd be cool to be able to still use them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, man. That fanfic, Trev.
Yeah, dude.
What's playing in your head here is deeper than anything that... No, just kidding. It's pretty deep, and I'm enjoying it.
I have my novels ready to read.
Please make sure you read those.
They're a little sensual, so...
Oh, wow. Good for you. Getting sexy time at night. That's nice.
You know it, dude.
I honestly do think when you put it all together, the 800 plus, it's a little much. So everyone check the expectations in that way. I do think Game Freak could maybe, I know they're like, I think the company itself is like, they like to have small teams and stuff like that, and they work better as a small team, and maybe that's a good thing. But I feel like when you have this many characters and like this heavy expectation from fans that have been here for what, 20 more years now, or is it 20?
Yes.
I feel like you probably need to figure out how to not be an indie company anymore and be a bigger company, so you can actually do those things that the other open world games do better, or have. Well, I mean, we haven't seen their open world yet.
No, but I would assume not the whole game. It's just that's like not
it's not the whole game. And for me, I think Pokemon, for me, which would be really cool. I don't know if they'll do it on the next one, if this is like baby steps, but I would like to see the game turn into something like that, where you see the Pokemon in the world, and you're kind of a little more like, imagine Red Dead, but with Pokemon in it, and a little more cutesy. I think that would be really cool.
It would be cool. Obviously, it'd be very ambitious. I think
something like
they
that.
wouldn't be able to crank them out as fast as they want to.
And that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. So if fans are going to be all pissy about it, you shouldn't expect your game every year. Or it's been every year for the last little bit. We just had
like it,
a remake last time. Yeah, it's like a remake or another game, and they're still working on it. They're still working on those remakes, or having some small team doing that. So I'm like, dudes or ladies, come on, man. chill it out. Listen, I'm not the hugest Pokemon fan, but calm on down.
I agree. Everybody's kind of getting all hyped and frustrated, which I get it, but like I'm really excited about the game. That's regardless of them all not being there, this game I am so excited for. It's looking really fun, really good. Now, Game Freak kind of did it to themselves though. They're the ones that created that many mons.
This
you know
monster,
what I mean? Yeah, they
the beast has been unleashed.
The beasts plural, like
they probably should have slowed it down. It was a little Pandora's box. It's like maybe we didn't need 120 new Pokemon on each thing or whatever it is. Because I think there's like another 100 something coming up on this one.
Oh, there's a good chunk. There's a good chunk, and I've dipped into some spoilers. So I'm kind of excited for what's to come. Hopefully, I haven't seen everything that they have to show. Hopefully there's some surprises. It's my own fault for looking into it though. I couldn't control myself.
No,
we're at work.
Right. Yeah,
I was
you know
just
what you gotta do.
Let's look at some mons. I
mean, I could work, but why? Why when you got some mons on your face?
Oh my gosh. But anyways, are you gonna get this game, Dev?
Dude, I am gonna grab this game. I think I will grab. I'm not sure which one are you getting.
Okay, I'm gonna get Shield.
Shield. I think I was gonna do Sword.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to do that bad boy. I think I'm going to try to get it this week, and then we can talk about it next week. So I think we should do definitely a big Pokemon show. This is like the last real Nintendo game of my knowledge of this year. This is the big one. Yeah. Yep. So I got to jump in. This is my jumping in point. I'm coming in, everybody.
Oh, dude. If
I'm grabbing my
I will guide you along your Pokemon path, your journey.
Thank you. Teach me how to say the word again. Is it Pokemon again? It's
Pokemon?
It's
Pokemon. Call Yale Billy.
Goddamn Pokemon.
I'm excited for that open world raid stuff where you can group up with others and fight Dynamax Pokemon. So it'll be fun. I'll invite you. My little boys are going to be getting it, so you can join our crew.
Yeah. Let's roll on that crew, dude. I'm excited. Yeah, I think we'll do a full blowout. Do the review. I mean, we'll only have it for 2 days, so we'll review as much as we can from what
I'll
we
have
got.
It done.
Oh, okay. So we'll be good. Kidding. We'll do a full review.
Yeah, there's no way. But we'll do a big Pokemon show. I think that'll be really fun. Kind of dive into some of the deep stuff, some of the story stuff. Share experiences. Yeah, whatever. It'll be cool. Online stuff. I don't know. It'll be cool. We'll check back in.
Come back next week, and this is the end of the show. So thanks for listening. No, just kidding. We're going to get into some more. Number 2, Nintendo has recently released an eShop game called The Stretchers. The Nintendo published game is a co-op game that seems to be a mix of Dreamcast's classic Crazy Taxi and the soon-to-be released indie game Moving Out. The game has you play as a 2-person rescue team that must stay in sync to rescue lightheaded islanders by using a stretcher, as the title implies. This, of course, is exciting news to those who enjoyed the co-op antics of Snipper Clips. The quality of the game is yet to be determined, though, because I looked on YouTube. There's not much of anyone playing this at all. I saw a little bit on Game Explain. Not much to say. I mean, they show you, but there hasn't been a review or anything with it. Yeah, so Real Deal asks, with Nintendo publishing yet another indie title, do you think Nintendo should publish more indie titles? Possibly even letting indie developers play with their more notable IP, similar to Cadence of Hyrule. So, I don't.
So what are you feeling? I don't know. So I don't know much about this game. All I did was I saw a title page, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've been kind of busy this weekend, so I haven't had a chance to dive into it. I guess part of this question is, what do we think about them publishing more indie titles?
Yeah,
I think that would be really cool. I think sometimes these indie games, development teams can be a little bit more creative because there's less money going into it, because these big AAA games, companies are so scared to lose all that money by getting weird, where these indie games just have some really cool ideas and stuff that's very unique, but then that bleeds over to those big AAA games. And so I would love Nintendo to get behind a lot of these indie developers, especially because we saw like that game. What is it? Cadence of Hyrule, which the developers, I can't remember their name, but what game did they make? Crypt of the Necrodancer, right?
Crypt, yep. Mm-hmm.
And this is basically Crypt of the Necrodancer. There's even like their characters in Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah.
Similar gameplay, and I love that game. Like, dude, that was such a good surprise this year. Like, that has to go on my like top 10 list of like just a cool surprise, especially to see Nintendo give like one of their most precious like IPs to an indie developer to use. Like, that is so cool. That's unheard of.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And I feel like I do. Yeah. So this game in general, from what I see, I mean, I don't know if I'm like sold on it. I think it's just very strange that randomly, like, I think the last indie game that really was published, I don't even know if Crypt must have been published by them. Maybe I would assume so, since Zelda's in it.
There's some kind of
that would have been the last one, and then the other one that I can think of is Snipperclips. So it's just they're so far apart that you would think, hey, here's a Nintendo published game, go check it out, not randomly seeing it online and you're like, I guess Nintendo's doing this thing. Right. And I think this game is made, I can't remember. I had it in my head who made it, but whatever, it's gone, whatever. It looks literally like Crazy Taxi, but with the fun little physics and co-op antics that comes with like trying to get people on the stretcher, not fling them off, and try to get them safely into the ambulance and stuff like that. So you're like going into calls and doing that kind of stuff. So that might be a fun little, 2-player, whatever kind of thing. So it's not like going to blow your mind, I don't think, from what I've seen, but it might be a good little multiplayer action or multiplayer game for people.
Cool.
As far as like
Crazy Taxi back in the day.
Actually, me too. It had great music. So, I mean, if this has some, some Offspring or something in it, there you go. I doubt it does. That would be strange. Yeah. Bring in the 90s and the aughts back.
So good. Love that soundtrack.
Yeah, dude. So this, as far as like indie developers getting their own stuff, especially like notable IP, I think that'd be great. I think, in my opinion, I think people, they might even do better with some of the IP that Nintendo owns, some like Super Metroid. Like, that guy would do, I think, better in the hands of a Shovel Knight developer or like a Hollow Knight developer, or like, totally. Was it Chucklefish and all those guys?
Right,
and,
Chucklefish, or like it's the
Yacht, is it a Yacht Club?
That's it.
And I feel like those companies, or like even
gosh,
like
dude, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, dude.
Or an Yacht Club to do it.
Yeah, or an Earthbound being created by Toby Fox, who did what's good heck? I'm blanking out on all the games, dude. The black and white one, the one that's cute, Undertale.
Yes, Undertale.
Yeah, like I feel like these games, these old Nintendo games, could come back in a big way that we haven't seen forever. Under the guise of different developers who have already proven to everyone that they're really good developers.
They have the chops to do it. So give it to them, and it might be able to bring back some of these franchises that have kind of gone stale. Yeah. Like, give it to someone else, have them be creative with it, and hey, like, they might have another hit on their hands and revive a whole franchise. Well, and they don't have to even put as much money into it because these developers are tangent.
Yeah, like, just use the characters. Like, give them the rights to do it. We'll send them on their merry way. You don't have to use your huge giant teams to do this crap. Just let them do their thing. And people will buy your game. Like, indie games are usually, when I look at the top selling games, they're always on the top 25 on the sales for Nintendo Switch and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know why you wouldn't use the potential, and it just makes it look better for you. This game is only on Nintendo, goes to no one else. It's an indie. It's made by amazing developers. Come on, Nintendo. What are you doing? Well,
and just give it to them and then be like, hey, we need to check it before we put it out, because you don't want, obviously these characters mean a lot to Nintendo, so they just don't want to give it out to anybody, but set some kind of quality control or something where like, hey, if this doesn't meet our standards, we're not going to put it out. We're not going to publish it. But like, get some good ideas. Let people play around with it and try, because I really think that would be fantastic. Because there's a lot of franchise, like, even things like Star Fox. So Ubisoft, remember, like Ubisoft had that whatever space game. Crap, what was it called?
Starlink,
Star whatever.
I think it was Starlink.
But then on Nintendo, they had like a whole Star Fox part of it.
Yeah, Star Fox game.
Honestly, that was like the best Star Fox game I think I've ever played. Like I would love, like there's these franchises, these characters that I feel like have so much life that other companies have shown, like especially Ubisoft with that Tactics Mario game, like Mario and Rabbids, and with Cadence of Hyrule. Let other people play with your stuff. I think we're gonna see I think we could see some really cool things coming from them.
Yeah, and like you said before, indie games give creativity to old ideas, and I feel like they really could do something special and new with old ideas. And
totally,
Nintendo has plenty of old properties just sitting around. So, homeboys, get on it. Let's get going. Balloon fight. Bring it back.
To come back.
Dude, it might be good.
And I want it to be like lore heavy, bunch of story.
Yeah.
I want to find out what this Balloon Boy's all about.
Oh man, tell me this Balloon Boy's life.
Yes.
They little
come
Balloon
out with
Boy
it. It's
friend.
just really sad.
Just a dramatic. It's like a walking simulator with story.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, that's good, Trev. Thank you.
Anytime, dude. That's what I bring to the show.
But the different angle than I thought. I was thinking like the Killer Queen Black team with a balloon fight, but I appreciate the story. No, your idea is better. It just is.
It wouldn't sell well, I don't think.
No, well, they just don't understand art. You know what I mean? They just don't understand art.
It's art, man.
Man, it's art. Number 3, new challenger Terry Bogart has arrived. Its
name sucks.
Yeah, it does. Terry. Anyways, Bogart has arrived in Smash Bros. Ultimate and seems to be having a positive reception in the Smash community despite its lack of popularity in the States. Terry comes with a new stage, the King of Fighters Stadium, as well as 50 new songs, and of course, new spirits. Terry is the 4th character in the Fighter Pass, leaving us one more fighter to go. In more Smash Bros. News, Ultimate has now surpassed Street Fighter II to be the highest-grossing fighting game of all time, with 15.7 million copies sold. This, of course, is an incredible feat, considering there are 7 different versions of Street Fighter II, and they're on every console, and that's amazing. And blah blah blah. Yep. And so Hello Ann asks regarding the news. I know you guys have already given your list of characters you would like to see in Smash Bros, but what about the characters you wouldn't want to see? The obscure characters, the Terry Bogarts of the world. Sorry, Terry. For me, Smash is more fun when you get the strange characters, the ones you really haven't heard of before. So what about it? One obscure character you would be that would be amazing in Smash. Did you come up with one obscure character?
Honestly, I have no idea. I feel at this point, this game is so ridiculous that it can really, anybody could show up in this game and you'd be like, all right. So I want to see, I want to see a Mortal Kombat crossover, and you have Scorpion, and he shoots like a harpoon through Mario's chest, rips his heart out. You know, as Mortal Kombat does.
Just kill
I'm sure
that
Nintendo
plumber.
would be cool with that.
That would
be so crazy.
They'd be down for it.
So first of all, it's crazy that this game is sold that much. I had no idea. That's ridiculous.
That does not make sense to me. Like at all. How does Street Fighter 2 have 7? Well, first of all, how is there 7 versions of Street Fighter 2? That's weird.
Turbo plus Ultra.
Yeah, Challenger and all this stupid crap. That's crazy to me. And it's just amazing because Street Fighter 2 really has been on everything. Like it probably is
on our phone, I believe.
Yeah, it's on your phone. I don't think it might have made it to Switch. Did it? Did Switch have a version of it? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I felt like on launch they did like a version of it. But it was like a Switch special.
Yeah, it was like, so it is crazy. Like, and I love that the game is sold well and is doing well, because that makes me happy, because they're going to keep supporting it. Yeah. They're going to keep putting more and more characters. That's just insane.
And it deserves it. Like, it does. I really think it is probably, well, in my opinion, it is my favorite fighter. And
Correct. Me too.
Totally think it deserves it. And just the amount of work they're putting into this is insane. It blows my mind.
I can't imagine the balancing to make it sure everything's balanced. Like,
it's outrageous.
Seems like it would be a nightmare situation.
It sounds like torture. Yeah. That's crazy.
You know, but I don't have to worry about that. I just have to play it, so that's all right.
Yep, you just work. You work, okay? So the characters
oh, go ahead.
The ones I was thinking. So here's some weirdies. Earthworm Jim.
No, gross. That's nasty.
I think he's weird and obscure. And as a kid, I loved me some Earthworm Jim. Okay, again, I was a Sega kid, so this is all I got. But he could do some weird things with his worm head. He could whip it, and he can
whip it good.
Yeah, he can whip it good, and he can blow it up like a balloon, so he can float like Kirby, but in a creepy way. in a creepy worm way, and so that's one. The other one was kind of cool. Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too bad. Lightning from the Final Fantasy games. I think Lightning was a cool character. I understand it's another sword wielder or whatever, but I think like she's a recognizable character, and I think probably one of the more recognizable women in Final Fantasy. I mean, she had 3 games. I know they weren't the most favorite of the games, but of all the character is pretty memorable, and I think we need a little more lady representation. So I thought,
you know what? People hate on that game, and they hated on it hard when it came out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was as bad as people made it out to be. Yeah. I had a good amount of fun with it. Yeah. And Lightning, I think they could do some cool stuff with the paradigm shifting and whatnot.
Yeah.
There could be a unique set of abilities and whatnot that would be kind of fun and new to Smash Bros.
Yeah, that's true. They had a cool or at least a new way of fighting with the paradigm shifting and all that stuff. So I think that's true. That you could add a little kind of flavor with that. Another random one, HK-47 from Knights of the Old Republic, the robot that hates people.
Dude, that would be so crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah, dude's super obscure, but man, he's like one of the best robots in the Star Wars lore, and he is he's just like a genocidal robot. Like, he is so fun to have on your team. He just wants to murder everyone.
I love his just like his comments and stuff.
Yeah, so basically all I'd want him is just to be a robot that shoots, but he just makes the worst comments about all the characters. So his moveset would just be trashing on people. He'd be like
and putting them down. So
yeah. Like Mario just feels bad about himself, so he slowly goes to the cliff and just falls.
Oh my! Whoa, that got dark. All right. Any others?
Okay, sorry about that, Mario suicide. GLaDOS, I thought would be fun, although I don't know how she would work.
I have no idea, but that would be kind of cool.
She's a cool character, and Midna is a character that is a chick, and she's notable. Not from my favorite Zelda game, but she's there, and she could ride the wolf, which is
there. You go. I like it. Oh, I thought of one.
Okay,
this is more on the lines of Earthworm Jim. Do you remember a game on Sega and Super, Booger Man?
Yeah, heck yeah, man! Let's get that Booger Man in there.
That game was so awful. I want Booger Man in this.
Yeah,
bring Booger Man back.
Bring him back. Yeah, we need Booger Man. Hashtag Booger Man lives again.
My name's Trevor, and I support this message.
Yeah, and the other thing I was thinking is it would just be really cool to have. In my opinion, I don't know which character, but I would like to see a character that's animated similar to like a Cuphead, or I would like to see a 2D sprite based character of some sort rather than putting him into the 3D world. I'd like to see more of that kind of thing going on. I think that'd be fun to see.
I like it.
Just a little more different variation. Do you think the last character is going to be super popular? I feel like it won't be obscure.
It has to be something that's just. It's probably just going to be Waluigi.
All
right, we heard you guys.
Yeah, here's he is.
Your Ouija.
I was thinking about that guy. I think the reason he's not on there is because what is his moveset? He's never been in a game except for tennis. What, is he going to smack people with a racket?
Yeah, dude. Why not? He's had to have been in other things, right?
I don't know if he had. I mean, he might have been in has he been in the Mario parties? I don't know if he has. He doesn't have his own game. I don't think he's in Waluigi's games.
Well, shoot. I think we found our character that they got to dish out to those indies.
Yeah, dude.
Give Waluigi to the world, dude. Instead of the year of Luigi, we need the year of Waluigi.
Yeah, the wall. Let's see what. And then they can make his own character set. Then we could actually put him in Smash.
He is such a gross character, dude.
He really is. Oh, yeah. That's my reason. I don't think Wall's going to come just because he doesn't. Well, he's gross, and he also has no moves. You're just not in a game, my friend. Not in a game that actually counts for something, I guess. Although tennis is great. Love tennis. In anything else you want to say with Smash at all?
Honestly, like, so do you have an affinity for Terry Bogart? Are you familiar with him at all?
No idea what this dude's about. I don't know anything about the King of Fighters or is it Fury or something? Fatal? I can't know. Is it Fatal?
You're asking Fury? The wrong guy. I was going to ask you.
Okay, so no.
So when they announced him, I was like, oh, that was a waste of a character. But I know that there's going to be some people that are super stoked. Oh, yeah. So hey, congratulations. Hopefully you got your character.
Yeah, and I think in Latin America or whatever you want to call the southern area, there's mucho grande lovo for those people.
Oh shoot, dude, I didn't know you were fluent.
Yeah. I know you are. So does it sound right? No.
Yes, no. That was an exact interpretation. Wow, I should have learned Spanish from you.
Yeah, I'm a pro. So yeah, I think they're a big fan of that whole series, King of Fighters, Terry over there. At least that's what cool. That's the rumor mill. But over here in the States, I think that whole series. Right
just
over
make the last one a big one. That's they even announced a fighter pack too, though. So I mean, this won't be the last one.
So I feel like we might see the last Smash announcement. I would assume at the Game Awards. I would think.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So probably. Hopefully they show it there and release it then. That would be my assumption. But they said whatever the case, the character will be playable by January, I think, or February of next year. So
awesome.
It is coming. So either we'll get it at Game Awards or the Direct in January, which we usually have. So one way or another, we will all know who this new, hopefully not too obscure character is. But yeah, so that's fun. Number 4, in an interview with The Verge, Nintendo of America president Doug Bowser stated that their current focus is on the Switch and not other hardware like the classic systems, saying, quote, I think with the gameplay experiences you saw with some of our classic consoles that we launched a few years ago, they're now available on Nintendo Switch Online, and this is where our focus will be. This may come as a surprise to some considering the overwhelming success of both the NES and the SNES classic systems, but it seems that Bowser has spoken. Todd the Controller asks, with Doug Bowser saying that they are turning their focus to Switch Online for their classic games, can we assume that we will be getting a heavier focus on Switch Online, especially in regards to game selection? And when do you think we will see N64 games on the service? Also, would you be disappointed if there was no N64 or Game Boy Classic line of systems?
Yeah, so this makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. The Switch is selling fast. It's in a lot of households and a lot of hands.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they're just going to keep beefing up their online system to keep people subscribed. Yeah. And it honestly, it just makes sense. Plus, personally, I would rather have all those games on my Switch anyways, because then I can play them anywhere. Also, it's what I have plugged in. I don't want to fill an HDMI port on my TV with my little box.
They're really cute, but they're toys.
They're adorable.
Yeah, they're really fun to have around, as showpieces for me. But I didn't really I bought it and I was like, I didn't play this, and then then the games came on the Switch and I actually played them. So
yeah, I'm looking at mine right now. They're up on a shelf, and I'm like, I think they're adorable, but the thing is, they could have given me just a plastic shell that I put up on the wall,
Yep. And probably would have been a lot cheaper, but
yes,
yeah. So I think totally. I think we will. Well, I mean, from this quote, it does seem like he's focusing more on Switch Online. I would appreciate that, especially since they're a little strange, with their online thing, because PlayStation is regular and Xbox is regular by saying, hey, we're going to give you 2 games from here and here and every month, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo is wacky times. They're like, yeah, we'll do 3 and maybe 2 and maybe 1. And
then there might not be any 1 month.
Yeah, we won't give you any for a while, because I don't think I've seen any new announcements for new things for a while.
When it came to the Super Nintendo, they said hey, you're not going to see any more for a bit. I think that was an official word.
Yeah,
they said it's probably going to be a bit, but Honestly,
which is fine, I guess.
I think it's fine. I just want them to actually bring like the N64 games through like an app like they did on the Switch. I think that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Plus, that's where I play my games, so I'd rather have it there. Not too upset. Now the Game Boy, I would love them to make like
to remake that one.
Just make the Game Boy Classic, and it is a Game Boy with Game Boy and Game Boy Color games or whatever.
Yeah.
So Dev, I've gotten into like a really cool new hobby.
Okay.
And so I've been collecting old Game Boy stuff. So Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. And I've been collecting old consoles, and then I do some modifications to them and give them backlit screens and rechargeable batteries, and
dude, like that's awesome.
It's pretty cool, dude. So I've gotten pretty good at like all the ripping them apart, pulling cables, and just like putting everything together. So
that's exciting.
It is super cool. It's been super fun. So I have like on my shelf a bunch of the ones I've been working on, and they're so fun to play. So I would love them to create one, like a genuine one from them, and put a backlit screen in it. And I think that would be kind of cool, especially with like their user interface where they'll have like save states and all that.
Yeah, but that's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe that'll be down the road.
Yeah. I think it's possible that'll be down the road. Like I said, I would like them to focus online so we can get a more steady line of games, or just like anything. It's just nice to know that a company is keeping to its word, or like keeping to like a certain track rather than acting like a teenager that doesn't care to do their homework some days and does some other days. Like it's just weird for a big company to not be on their game with this kind of stuff. So I would love to see, obviously, like N64 and GameCube, and I don't know how good the emulation can get. I don't know if it's even could get to GameCube or to the Wii, but if it could, I'd like to see those obviously on there. And any other systems, I doubt that would happen. I doubt we'd get what we saw from the Wii generation, but it would be cool.
I love it. I
would love it. Yeah. I just don't think it will, just because everyone likes that chang.
Whoa.
So
that chang will get you.
That chang.
I more than even N64, I want to see a Game Boy. I want to see Game Boy Advance. I want to see those games on Switch so bad.
It's been a while.
Game Boy Advance has so many good games, and that would be perfect for portable play. And so I want them to bring those into the fold. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think those ones would be the more interesting, just because, and I didn't skip, but I didn't play those as much. So I'd like to get a feel for those games,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think it would be, and the handheld nature, of the Switch just lends itself to all gaming, So that's really
just
cool.
Across the board. Like I just think that would be awesome. So that way I don't have to carry around my Switch and a Game Boy Color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you have
like
to.
A normal person.
That's the law.
This is a normal human being that we're talking to right now.
Come on, I'm not weird.
Dude, no, that's really cool that you're actually doing that. That's kind of fun.
I'll have to show you sometime.
Yeah, I heard you doing the Joy-Con thing, a while back, making them all white.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's cool that you
the Joy-Con shells.
Yeah, the Joy-Con shells. So it's cool to see that you are even going further. That's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, it is so fun. That's fun. And you're cutting plastic out of the inside with an X-Acto knife. You're soldering cables. There's. Honestly, I feel like a freaking superhero. I love it. It is so fun. So awesome. This is gonna be my new side gig. You want your Game Boy modded? Yeah, dude. Holla at your boy.
Get some money on that thing. That's great news,
right?
You'll find him at the Nintendo show. No, I was kidding. Who did it better, Trev? This time we're doing a little twist. We're doing things in video games and people and all things, not just video games, even like the minuscule stuff. So we're going to declare who did it better once and for all in all things video games. This week, we're going to talk Zelda vs. Link. Who's the more interesting character?
Okay, interesting character. I like that. I like this. It's a little different. Oh man, I want you to go first. I need time to think.
I like to throw it at you. You know, I feel like I get to let you squirm. So I'll take it. I'll take the brunt.
Thanks,
it's always hard going first. I understand. Zelda versus Link. Who is a more interesting character? Zelda. Ooh. What do we know of Link? He's an elf boy.
He can say like 4 words.
Yeah. Yeah, not even words, really.
I mean, they're more like grunts and sounds.
Yes, expressions of joy by or e.
Oh yeah. It's so stupid.
Does he small? Does he? I don't. He doesn't. He's just a fairy boy. I don't know what more he has. He's not much of a character, is he? He's
it's more
are
like
him.
an empty vessel that
we inhabit this man. We are Link. And who am I? And who are you?
Yeah, who are you, Def? Tell me. Let's get into it. I know you've been wanting to talk about it for a little bit, and we might as well do that on the open airwaves.
Yeah, I think this is the best place to get it out.
Yeah.
So Link is a nerd who loves Nintendo games, who has a podcast, who is having some emotional issues at the moment. No, just kidding.
Interesting.
So Link is very Shell. You know, he's very Master Chief.
Yeah.
I would say even Master Chief might have a little more acting chops.
Yeah.
A little more gravitas on the Master Chief.
Oh, yes.
Because he has words. So yeah, that's a rough one. Zelda, on the other hand, she talks. She speaks. Also kind of an empty vessel in some of the games, kind of just this character that you're supposed to save, which is not great. However, Breath of the Wild Zelda, and I would also say Skyward Sword Zelda.
Yes.
Winner, chicken dinner, my friend. Those ladies, they're characters. At least more characters than before
in the past. I agree.
Yeah. So in my opinion, and even what was really cool, actually, I'm going to say something that maybe Ocarina of Time had a little thing going too, because Zelda was freaking chic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a cool twist.
It had a disguise. She was
kicking some butt in the meantime.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm with you. I don't know if I can even make a case for Link. Because
Link is a character.
I think his character... All right, let's get into character design. I think his character design is super cool.
Classic,
and, and from each game, like you see like the shield, the sword, his different weapons, and different things like that. It's cool. Yeah. But I think character, you need to have some kind of story. You need to have some kind of lore, some kind of history, something. And I feel like Zelda has more to it. And honestly, I wish across the board there was more for both of these,
for both characters,
more story and things like that. But I don't even know if I can make a case for Link.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think mostly, like, as far as a character, it's just like the nostalgia of just who he is, like as a vessel for good and, of courage. I think that's really cool. And the fact that he's wearing the iconic green tunic and all that, like all that's cool. Like as far as a character, as a sword wielder, all that stuff. Right. There's no better sword wielder in my heart than Link. But as far as like a real human being, Zelda progresses a little more. She has the game named after her, which is nice.
No, that's true.
I think we'll give it to Zelda. I think
Zelda.
You down for Zelda?
Real quick. So we haven't heard like Link talk a lot besides weird like grunts and noises. Yeah. What do you think his voice sounds like? I want to hear your interpretation of like if
I need to get in the spirit.
Get in the mindset. Yeah. If Link had to say, "Come on over and have some Mountain Dew," how would that sound like?
Okay. Now let's think about Link.
Putting you on the spot, dude.
I'm sitting in Wood Cabin. I don't have many friends. Most people hate me on Ocarina of Time. Actually, they hate me in most of the games, so I'm a loner.
And
I sit and talk to. So I sit and talk with a fairy. Okay. Or some random, some kind of creepy thing. I turned into a wolf once. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, I want to hear it. Go for it.
Sup, guys? You want to play?
It's the worst.
You guys want to play with us? Can I join you? And in your fairy games? That's what I think. He's a nerd.
Okay. Mine would be more like Brooklyn. Like, hey, Zelda, come on over and join me some Mountain Dew, you know? Come on over, have a seat. Come on.
He's a New Yorker.
He's a New Yorker.
This country boy is a New Yorker.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't talk a lot, because everybody makes so much fun of him and give him a hard time. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to speak anymore.
So he has an offensive Italian accent, and basically he's like Mario's. Like,
it's actually a shared universe,
real world brother.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Hey, Mario,
bro.
Hey, come on over here. You know what I mean?
Got a pizza for you. No, that's some great stuff, Trev. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad this is what I bring.
Again, no, dude, seriously. Yeah, no,
so
you make a good point, because I don't want to hear Link talk. Because when we heard Zelda talk for the first time, I wasn't totally down, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Well, when you're used to not hearing the characters, sometimes, like, I don't know, I am intrigued, because like I want Link to have more of a character, but like it would be weird to see him talk. Whoa.
Yeah, you'd be like, this ain't my Link. Because there's nothing you could do. There is no voice you could put to that man, and you'd be like, yeah, that's him. Because if it's too muscle man, you'd be like, oh, screw this guy. Like, there's too much. There's no balance here. There's no good place. You end with some awful New Yorker accent, or my awful nerdy accent.
Hey,
so one way or another,
voice acting skills are up for sale. So if Nintendo needs me, I'll be there.
Here. We are here for you to do that Link. Yeah, Zelda was tripping me out with the whole British kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of strange.
Yeah. Not my version of what she would be, but whatever. There's that. Good job, Zelda. You won. Bring. We will be giving you a brand new car. You're welcome. It's a new car. Fan questions, Trev. Boo Destroyer asks, with Pokemon Sword and Shield wrapping up the year for Nintendo, what do you expect Nintendo will show us in 2020? So far, all we have is Animal Crossing. What games do you two expect we will see in 2020? In that sentence. Not great.
We're obviously, Animal Crossing, which I'm very, very excited for. I love some Animal Crossing. Yep. I think, I don't know, but I hope to maybe see something from the Metroid Prime peeps.
Yeah.
Over at Retro Studios.
Yeah, it's possible.
I know that they're still probably very early in development, so I don't know how much we would get, but it'd be cool if they had something. Get me real excited. They showed a title a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and I think
I think they could do better than the title. So
I agree.
If you guys just make even Samus in a suit, I think we'll all freak out one way or another. So yeah, I don't think we'll see that game anywhere near. We might be 2 years out from that. But I do think we could see what Retro worked on for the last 5 years, which is hopefully a game.
I hope so.
I don't know what game it is.
Yeah,
there
they
was
got
the
some
Grand
chops.
Prix rumor, like the like it was like
yeah,
Fox.
It was like a
Star Fox Grand
Racer.
Prix. Yeah, there's that possibility. I feel like we're probably in the mood for some Mario Kart 9, y'all. Where's that game been? It's been forever since we've seen a Mario Kart game that's been released that's new. I think we will see 3D World ported over this January is my prediction.
I think so too.
I think it is possible that we do see the next Zelda, just because I don't think it's going to be such a graphical drop or change.
No, I think that they're going to stick with that same engine, that same style. So they're able to, I bet you they're able to put that game out sooner than we think.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if it'll be in the holiday season or if it'll be in March of next year, 2021.
Yeah.
But I think it will be in that range. So it will compete with the systems that are coming. We also might get a new 3D Mario game, depending on if they keep with Odyssey or not. If they go Odyssey 2, I do see it this coming year. If they don't go with Odyssey 2, it might be 2021 again.
Sure.
Other than
I want to
that,
see this is my dream wish, and I know it won't come true. I want to see a really awesome Star Wars RPG exclusive to Switch.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a big ask.
No,
I just
feel
cool.
like
we haven't got so we're getting Jedi Fallen Order on every other system, at the end of this week.
Yeah.
And
is it the end of this week?
It is. It's on Friday. So same day
how am I
as
supposed
Pokemon.
to play Pokemon? How am I supposed to play Pokemon?
I know.
Trevor, I don't know.
I'm going to be playing Pokemon.
I don't know.
But I also really want to get Star
Yeah.
Wars as well. So here's I want some Star Wars love on Nintendo. I want there to be something, because I feel like unfortunately, Star Wars is such a big, well-known franchise that it's like, well, wouldn't they want to be on everything? And I know that they would have to have a whole development team focusing on this game, but I would love some Star Wars. I think
I think the only problem is EA owns the Star Wars license still, and EA hasn't shown any love, which is sad, which is weird. But it would be cool. Like the good thing is that like Disney is willing to give like Marvel to different companies to do them. Like we just got Ultimate Alliance 3.
The Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah. So I can see all those other games. I do also see that I feel like we'll get other ports that are super obvious during 2020. Like I think like Batman games. Why haven't they come?
Oh yeah, the Arkham
over?
games.
Yeah. It's really strange that we haven't seen the Arkham games yet. I think any of the obvious ports that were like leftovers from like the 360 into the Xbox One generation, PlayStation 4 generation, that kind of mix there. I think we might see those obvious ones port over. I mean, they're way too late to the party. Like, I don't know how many people will buy it again, but whatever. As far as Nintendo, I'm trying to think of any others that we haven't seen.
It's kind of all I can think of. They need to surprise us.
I would assume
Pokemon
might do another thing too. If they're doing this year by year thing, they might do another offshoot of some sort.
Or usually what it's been in the past, like on like the 3DS and DS years, like there would be like the main Pokemon game, like the main generational leap, and then they go back and remake an older one.
Another one.
And so there's a lot of remakes. So maybe we'll see something remade or something in the new graphic style. So who knows? Those I get excited for because of memories and nostalgia. But they are kind of boring too, because you're like, I've kind of already played this game. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I do think, those are all the things. I mean, we might even see a new Donkey Kong game. We haven't seen that franchise new for a while since Tropical Freeze.
Cool.
We just think they're new just because we've gotten all these ports, same with Mario Kart, Donkey Kong. Maybe even like the frickin' Mushroom Head and his Mushroom Head puzzle time game.
The Captain Toad.
Yeah, Captain Toad might get a sequel. We might even see Ubisoft's sequel of Kingdom Battle coming off this year too. I could see all the sequels starting to come into this year just because it's been so long. But I don't know. We'll see. They definitely need something because it's going to be rough. PlayStation has a good lineup this coming year with Last of Us and Cyberpunk
and then also their new consoles.
Ghost of Tsushima, and everyone has new consoles. Xbox, not as good of a lineup, but definitely you got Halo for sure coming.
Well, if it launches with Halo, then I mean,
it's
like,
going to be rough.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure it is. So I think Nintendo needs to show up, and this. So I'm sure they know that. So we'll see if they bring out the big dogs, which would probably be Mario Kart, to be honest, because it's sold 19 million, and that's agreed. Insane. So yes, Happy Mampy asked, with Nintendo Switch closing out its third holiday season, what games would you consider the best of the best? What is your guys' personal top 10 Switch games? If you don't have them, Trev, I got mine ready right here.
Go for it, dude.
Right here. Okay. Number one. These are in order, I guess.
Oh shoot! You even ranked them, huh?
I'm ranked them, baby. I'm going straight in.
I'm proud
Breath
of you.
of the Wild is number one. Obviously, me and Trevor have gushed maybe too much about this game. So
yeah, we probably need to.
We're probably done with that. Breath of the Wild, good game. Good game.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love this game. I haven't beat it yet, but I love this game. I've put 50 hours in it, and I think it is one of the best strategy games I've played. It feels like Persona, which I really love, Persona 5 and stuff like that. Awesome. That mix together, Fire Emblem 3, definitely love it. Number 3 is Celeste. This is one of my favorite 2D platformers that I've played in years. And I'm a guy that loves story intermixed with good gameplay. Celeste probably does it better than most. Just the idea of like going through this little girl's journey up a mountain, which is also about all the inner demons that she has.
Right, kind of metaphorically.
Amazing.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Freaking amazing game.
So, and the music is so good.
Is so good. Yeah, we should put some Celeste on this episode because it is amazing. Smash Bros. Ultimate, number 4. Obviously, Smash Bros. Not much you can say about it except that this one is definitely the ultimate. And I've played, probably put more hours in this one than any other Smash Bros. That I've played. Not a huge fighting games guy, but I'm going to give it to him just because it's a great game. Number 5, Splatoon 2. I really love the Splatoon series. I'm a big shooter guy. I think this is a really fun twist on that. I don't think the things that they added.
It's so family friendly too. Like I love being able to play that with my kids, which is awesome.
Yeah, and that is a big deal. Like you don't have many shooters where you're like, oh, let's play it together without killing people with tons of blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's a good twist, and just like the things they added they weren't major, but they were nice. Mario Kingdom Battle, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle is number 6. Another good strategy game. They've had a lot of good strategy games on the Switch, so
very good.
I like that game a lot. Thought it was a fun story. Surprisingly, since Rabbids are pretty annoying, Mario has made it better, and like the art
somehow they made me kind of okay with
kind of like
those characters.
Yeah, and like it's just so, it's a fun idea that is totally different from any Mario game you played. And graphically, man, it is beautiful. They did a great job. Number 7, a little twist here. Tetris 99. Dude,
that one, it is so good, isn't it?
It's so good. I love me some Tetris. So
some Battle Royale Tetris.
Yeah, totally random. Who would have even thought, man? Who thought like that should be a thing? But whoever did.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's cool. Great, like Nintendo kind of exclusive there. Really nice. 8 is Link's Awakening for me. Not my like favorite Zelda, but it's like the first top down that I've played of a Zelda game.
Cool.
And I like the smallness of it. I like I think the dungeons are pretty good, but I like the conceit of it. Like the whole story arc of it, I think, is very interesting and a little more thought-provoking than any other Zelda game. So
agreed.
And I think the mechanics, like the jumping is really cool and stuff like that. I think that in a 2D Zelda game is really cool, like jumping over stuff and all the little items you get, I think work really well in that game.
Absolutely.
And visually pretty nice, except for the stuttering. Number 9 is going to go to Hollow Knight. I've played this game so much. I don't know why, but I love it, and I think it is one of the best.
That is awesome. Have you beaten it?
No. Like, I think I'm 30 plus hours in, and then I was like, okay, I think I'm good. I think I
You're like, I've had my fill.
Yeah, I was like, it's really good. I just was like, man, this is a long.
There's a lot. That game has so much to it.
Yeah, but really, really good. Just great Metroidvania, one of the best. And for me, number 10, Cadence of Hyrule. I loved that effing game. I don't know why. I don't know what it was why it deserves to be the top 10 for me, except that I just, in my head, I remember it and really love it. It was short, it was sweet, and the music was good, and it just amazing. Felt right.
I would sometimes just leave it sitting and just listen to the music because it sounds so good. I was jamming to it on my way to work a little while ago. It's so awesome.
And I almost like it more than Link's Awakening in some ways.
Yeah,
I think it's a great game. So,
and it's creative, it's different, cool.
Yeah,
dude,
top
good
10
list,
there.
Dev. I like that.
Thanks, man.
That's good. Okay, here's mine. I'm gonna just kind of we overlap in a lot of different areas.
I'm sure we have.
So I'll just kind of cruise through them real quick. I don't know if I even counted out 10. I'm just gonna name some games. You ready for this?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Zelda Breath of the Wild. That is still to this day one of my favorite Switch games. It's one that I have a lot of really cool memories of playing with my little dudes in their earlier years of playing video games, and it was cool because they got super into it, and they wouldn't even play. They'd just sit there and watch me play.
But awesome.
They would be like, hey Dad, go over here, this is how you can solve that puzzle. Like, that was awesome. So I thought that was such a good game. I'm so excited for the sequel. Another one, and some of these, they're not necessarily even Switch exclusives, but they're just what I preferred playing on the Switch. One was do you remember Dead Cells?
Yep. Dead Cells, definitely
2D platformer. So that one was up there. I played that to death. That was like my lunch break game, because I could do a run, like I could eat my food, and I had enough time to do like a full run, because sometimes those runs would last quite a while. So that weird enough, Diablo 3 on Switch. Hey,
there you go. I was thinking about putting it on there.
A PC game and whatnot, but I think the Switch is the best place to play, because you can play anywhere and take it on the go, and I think it's fantastic. Another one, Dragon Quest 11. I've talked about that a lot on this podcast.
Yep.
Cadence of Hyrule is another one that we just gushed about. That game's fantastic. Another one, so Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate.
Oh, really? The 3DS one, huh?
The 3DS remake.
Nice.
A bunch of my friends and I, when we were working at the, working together, we'd get together every night and play and go fight monsters and stuff. We even had a couple times that we got together as a group and played like locally, and it was so fun.
Dude, that's great.
Though, graphically it's not amazing, but that game is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Another one, this is an indie game, Moonlighter. Did you ever play Moonlighter?
Moonlighter or Moon?
Yes.
I don't know if I have actually. No, I've heard of it. I think.
Yeah, dude. So you're a shopkeeper during the day, and at night you go out into the dungeons. So you go into the dungeons, and you are progressing further and further, and you're collecting like items and pieces to monsters and all these things, and you could take them back to the city and craft weapons and whatnot for yourself, or you can put the stuff up for sale in your shop. And then there's this whole like saying like, hey, I want to raise the price on selling the sword, and then the customers that come in would either be upset or be like, oh yeah, that's a great price. And so there's this whole kind of like marketing kind of thing that you had to do as well, and it was so fun because you would go into the dungeon, get the stuff, come back and sell it. And I just thought it was super fun. I thought it was a creative idea. I played that a ton on Switch.
Dude, I think I need to put it on my games that I need to download. I totally forgot about that one.
I think that came out this year, and that's going to be up there with one of my favorite games this year.
Cool.
Also, Octopath Traveler. That's one that I haven't beaten.
Yeah.
And I want to one day, but just the pure art style and the music on that game is beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to. I was talking with my friend Caden, and we were talking about how cool it would be if they made a Pokemon game with that same art style, because it's all 8-bit, but they have this like depth kind of diorama look to it.
That would be cool. Yep.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would have liked that even. I think that would have been cooler than like if they did that with yellow or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be amazing.
Cool. Yep.
So that one was great. Smash Brothers, obviously. Another one that I just love is going to sound real stupid. I don't know if you've ever tried it. It's called Sushi Strikers. Way of the
I've definitely heard of it, but I haven't done it yet. But yes, definitely it's on my list of games to play.
It is so silly and has such a weird like story about like this kid that they like sushi has been banned and all this stuff, and he has to like mix up the sushi and they do like his attacks and stuff. Like it's just it's silly. It's more of like a little puzzle game. It's like a match 3 puzzler type thing that I found. It was just super fun. But those are probably my top. I don't even know if I had 10 there, but those are some of my favorite Switch games.
Yeah. And one that I thought of that I forgot to put on my list is Super Mario Odyssey. So, but that's pretty obvious. But
I totally forgot about that one too.
That's a good one. That's a good Mario game. Thank you, Happy Mampy. Britt Baum asks, Mario and Peach in a relationship or nah, not in a relationship?
Well, obviously I think so, because Mario's always chasing, right?
He's always chasing, but like apparently in the new Luigi's Mansion, she's just they're like living in different rooms. Like she dumps him at the end of Odyssey. That didn't end out well. They went on their own adventure. They was like, "Hey Bowser, you get off me, and Mario, you too. I've had it with both. Yeah, I'm going on my adventure. You know, let a woman breathe." Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes. It's an on again,
complicated.
Off again. Yeah, complicated.
Complicated on Facebook.
That's the
complicated
Facebook
on
status.
Facebook. Yep. Thank you, Britt Baum. I hope that answers your question. Let's get into new releases, Trev. November 15th, there is only one game that I saw that was of any importance. I'm sorry. All the indie games, I'm not totally sure if there were good ones, but I saw only one, and it is Pokemon Sword and Shield. This bad boy.
Which is
run for the hills.
Most importance.
Yeah, run for the hills. This thing is going to sell like hotcakes. And will it outsell Star Wars? Yeah, probably. It's possible. Highly possible.
I don't know. We'll have to see. That'd be interesting to see.
It will be interesting.
On one system. Where the others are on everything else.
Yeah. I wonder even how the sales will do compared to the last Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where it will fall in there. I wonder if we'll have more because I'm sure because the install base has grown, so I'm sure we'll have more, but I wonder if it's like
how much
people
more
are coming out just for the newness,
Yeah,
I know some people probably didn't go for the yellow.
People that will even buy a Switch that haven't bought one yet for this game. So I think we're going to see some good numbers off of that.
It's going to be some good money coming in. So we will be playing that again. We will also be talking about it next week. So expect a nice Pokemon special for you guys. And if you're not Pokemon fans, start learning, because I'm learning, and we're going to all be fans by the end of this bad boy. Lastly, recommendations. This is where we give our final recommendations of the show. We give you something awesome to check out, video games or otherwise. Trevor, what is your recommendation for this week?
All right. Mine is, this is time of, there's a new Star Wars game coming out, new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
There's TV shows. There's a whole bunch of great Star Wars stuff going on.
Yep.
So I want to recommend, it's Star Wars Age of Republic.
Okay.
And what this is a series. It's a comic book series where they're just one issue stories about a specific Star Wars character. So a lot of these are all like old, like I guess not old, just like 1 through 3 episodes, 1 through 3 characters.
Okay.
So like Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jango Fett, General Grievous. It's so cool because it's just a quick short read. It's nothing that you have to get crazy invested into and buy hundreds of dollars of the comics to know what's going on. They're just, they're $2. They're just one shots, and they go into some cool stories about these characters. So if you want to know more about those characters, it's such a fun read. Again, it's Star Wars Age of Republic, and they're just one issue per character, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's really nice that it's like succinct. And also I like how Star Wars has expanded or like I like that all the people expanded on something that they hated at first. You know what I mean? Like the Clone Wars and all that stuff
down on it.
Yeah. Like they expanded with the Clone Wars series and all these other new series and comics and stuff from this somewhat like it like the old Star Wars have some good moments or the old new not new old Star new Wars the prequels have some good things, but it's just cool to see like the expansion, and it just makes that series a little bit better and redeems it in some ways, I think. So that's really cool.
It does. There's a lot of good stories to be told, and I would say check it out. Whether you go to your local comic book shop, check it out, or just go to like Comixology and you can have them digitally. So either one of those, great options to get your read on.
Yeah, man. So for me, also somewhat Star Wars related, Disney Plus comes out on November 12th, which is 2 days.
Oh, that's
and if you're a Disney fan, I'm excited. If you're a Disney fan, this is what you must get. I mean, like, there's no reason not to. If you love anything Marvel, you're going to get a whole bunch of Marvel exclusive shows that lead into the movies, which I'm a huge Marvel nerd. So that's for me a must buy. You also get all the High School Musicals if you're into that, which I'm not. But there's the people out there. There's the people out there for that. Filmed right here in Utah. No. The other thing, yeehaw, bucker her up. The big one, though, is The Mandalorian, which will be coming right on November 12th. I think they are doing episodically, not like all at once, so you'll have them once a week.
They're not going to do a Netflix drop. It'll be once a week, but Mandalorian, that looks so cool.
So good. Yeah.
You've seen like the trailers and stuff, right, Deb?
Yeah. It looks amazing.
I don't know.
It looks like it'll be a good time.
Just that part of Star Wars with obviously, because this isn't about Boba Fett, is it?
I don't think so. It's about a random Mandalorian, I think.
Exactly.
And about their culture and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's different clans or groups or whatever that are fighting over that planet. And I think that sounds so cool to dive into that side, because none of the movies have really touched on it.
No.
You just have Jango Fett for a moment, and you have Boba Fett for a moment. So
exactly. And you're they have some cool outfits.
And it's funny that they're such a beloved character, because in the movies there's really nothing.
So lame. They're so poorly used. Han literally turns around on accident and kills Boba Fett. It's and there he goes.
Okay.
That's one of the coolest characters ever, just thrown down a pit.
Oh,
and then
I know. It's so
the other one is not even much better. I guess he's in one movie. No, he is only in one movie too, huh?
Yeah.
So it's they're both screwed over. But I think obviously if you're a big fan of the Boba Fett thing, you're going to get their kind of history and stuff. Also, I heard rumor that the Jedi are totally laying waste to this Mandalorian, or just in the comics or in the books and stuff. Apparently the Jedi aren't too nice. They burn the Mandalorians down, man. It's not very good. So
I'm excited to check this out. This will be fun.
Yeah.
Plus, just have a live action Star Wars TV show, because I feel in TV shows they're able to dive into more story and more history and more lore and things like that. And as opposed to try to fit the story in a 2-hour movie. Because some of my favorite Star Wars stuff are from the cartoons.
TV series.
The cartoon TV series. So to have it live action, I think is just going to be super cool.
No, dude, it's a dream come true, and it's freaking, and it looks amazing, like visuals and everything. I mean, it looks like a movie. Like the budget looks like it's freaking great. So
cool.
Here's hoping. I mean, this might be the best Star Wars thing we've ever seen thus far. We'll see what happens.
Crossed.
We will see what happens, dude.
Hype levels at an all-time high.
We're ready to go.
Thanks for reminding me, Dev. I'm so excited. Man. Good recommendation, dude.
Yeah. So that's it. Everyone, thank you for listening to the Nintendo Show. We are a weekly podcast. We do this every week. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes. So make sure you follow us, like us, comment, share. Definitely share with your friends. If you have any questions, leave them at podcast@nintendoshow.com. That's where we will answer those bad boys. And really, that's it. Thank you for listening. Bye.